take a mental ride. Classrooms in Paris, libraries in Milan. Where do you want to stand when the day dawns? Is it Dublin's green or Barcelona's sun? Pick your place, the journey's begun. The study abroad portal, yeah. Dream it, live it anywhere. The study abroad portal, yeah. Life changing, skies are fair.
Great. Welcome everybody to this webinar that you join in to hear more about the program Physical Science for Innovative Technologies, the Bachelor from University Milan Bicocca. So before we go over to Milan, where we have a great lineup of speakers, I'd like to briefly explain some of the interactive options to you. So my name is Luc Mulling, I'm the moderator. And I already saw some people writing hello or in the chat. So by all means, please do let us know where you're logging in from. And that would be great to hear, of course, the variety of people. But also, very important, if you have any questions, you can do that and write them, please, in the box next to it, called questions. We will deal with the questions at the end. So we'll have enough time and hopefully answering any doubts you may have. Also, I'll be opening up a couple of poll questions. I'm actually going to open up the first one right now. For example, what is the most important to you in selecting a university program? So let us know in the polling next to it. We appreciate your feedback. And last but not least, we have a little fun button, so to say, to make it more interactive. At the bottom of the screen, you see a button called React. If you click on that, you can give your reaction of choice. If you hear something you like, for example. And yeah, exactly. So by all means, use that because it's nice for the speakers because they cannot see you to have an idea there's actually someone there. So great. Without further ado, let's go over to the speakers. As mentioned, we have a great lineup, as you can see right there. So we'll start with Alberto. Alberto is a staff member of Milan Bicocca. He will introduce himself and then we'll lead it into the presentation.
Thank you, Luke. Hi to everyone. I'm Alberto Valli. I work for the Marketing and International Recruitment Office here at University of Milano Bicocca. I'm happy today to give you some information about the university I've been working for the last 12 years. University of Milano Bicocca is a fairly young university. We are less than 30 years old. We're based in Milan. Can I also move on with the presentation, Luke, or because I only see my face? Oh, thank you very much. So, University of Milano Bicocca is as I was saying, is a young university. We are the youngest public university here in Milan. And so we'll start sharing some information about the city we're in. We have a multi-city campus with some of our classes that are held also outside of Milan. We have a biomedical campus in Monza and in Bergamo, and we also have a very outstanding outpost in the Maldives where we teach marine sciences. But that's not the topic for today's webinar and presentation. So we will mostly focus about Milan, where all the classes that you will undertake in case you decide to join us for your bachelor degree will take place. So I guess Milan is a well-known city, but I will just wrap up some info for you that might be useful to understand more about the city. It's not a big city in a sense that the dimension of the city compared to other European or international cities, it's quite small. That means that it's quite easy to move around the city. We're based in the north district of Bicocca, which used to be a former industrial district, and now is the headquarters of the university are all in here. So first of all, we have a very nice campus that is very easy to access. But Milan is mostly known worldwide, well, for soccer, even though in the last years, Italy is not famous for soccer anymore, since we missed the last 3 World Cups, and even this one, which is about to start in US, Canada, and Mexico, will not see our Azzurri team in it. But Milan in particular is very famous for fashion, design, and is the finance capital of Italy. It's one of the more European city in Italy, in a sense that we share some historical heritage and cultural heritage as other historical cities in Italy, but it's also, if you see the skyline, if you see the development of the city as seen in the last years, you see a city which is similar to other, let's say, Northern European cities. It is very well connected. We have 3 international airports. One is exactly in the city center in Milano Linate, and then there are other 2 that I use, one for low-cost travels mostly, which is the one in Milano Bergamo, and then Milano Malpensa for long routes from air travels. And it is also a very important destination for education. Milan has many universities, both publics and privates, and that brings more than 150,000 students every year to come and study in Milan from Italy, of course, but also from all over the world. And that's also create a sense of dynamism. It's a city which is very active day and night, and there are a lot of things to do for youngsters and for students. Getting a little bit in some insight about the district that you will have as hosting you as a university destination, the Bicocca district, which is in the north part of the city, used to be an industrial area where factories of Pirelli, Magneti Marelli, a lot of production was held in this area since the 80s. Then the district was slowly abandoned by those companies because they resettled production in other parts of the world. And so there was one of the biggest project of renovation that took place in Europe at the time. I think it was the biggest investment in EU on renewing and giving a completely new shape to a district. And that's where the Bicocca University was born. Right now, the district has a lot of facilities that help students feel welcome. We have sport facilities, we have museums, we have theaters, and they're all extremely easy to reach. You don't even have to take a bus, or you don't even have to. You can easily walk in our district or bike in our district. Just to show you some of the picture. If you see it, like the picture in the middle is our student dorm. Okay. Then you see also some information, some photos about the campus that I was mentioning you about in Monza and in the Maldives. Some numbers about the university. I was mentioning the fact that we are the youngest public university in Milan right now, probably one of the youngest in Italy still. I don't know, maybe Professor Pezzoli knows if there are other universities that were born after us, but certainly not many, okay? But in just less than 30 years, we grew a lot, and right now we are counting more than 7,000 students. We have quite a number of international students that join our courses, with more than 2,000 international students every in our courses. And we are a generalistic university, having a quite a number of courses offered among different disciplines. Right now, we are counting 85 study programs talking about bachelor and master or full cycle degrees. But we also offer double degrees with some prestigious international universities. And we counting now 17 programs that are fully taught in English. This is for you to have an understanding about the general offer of the universities. As you see, the course that we are presenting today is one of the few bachelor degree which is fully taught in English, and so it's specifically meant to target international students. And together with this, we also have for bachelor students the opportunity to undertake a program in economics and science for environmental sustainability, which is in the field of economics. And we have a full degree in medicine in Bergamo, and also a bachelor degree jointly organized with University of Pavia and University of Milan in artificial intelligence. All the rest of our international offer is targeting master students. So this is important for you to know, since you're coming from all over the world, and how the Italian education system works. Okay, in Italy we have 13 years of previous education, of pre-university education. They're made from 5 years of primary education, 3 years of scuola media, which is lower secondary education, and 5 years of upper secondary education. All the worlds have different educational system, but to be able to join one bachelor degree in Italy, not only University of Milano Bicocca, of course, you must you must complete at least 12 years of education. So that means that you can integrate this extra year that you're missing, in case in your system you only have 11 years of previous education, with 1 year of foundation year, or by studying 1 year in one of your home country's university. After, the system is following the Bologna process, so it's most of the courses are 3+2, 3 years of bachelors and 2 years of masters. We are not having such a thing such as universities in US or some programs in UK where you have major and minor programs. You have to select one program and you have to match all the and complete all the requirement to complete it in order to become say to have a degree, a bachelor degree in that specific subjects. After your master degree, you can specialize, you can do PhD. We are a research university, and Bicocca is having a very important, in terms of size, PhD school with a lot of students coming worldwide to continue their education at the highest level, and then pursuing sometime careers in research or in teaching. This is just a wrap-up info, but then better than me, the presentation will be delivered by the director of the course, and also you will hear the voices of some of the students that have undertaken this program these years and that right now still studying, and so you can definitely get more information about the specific course from them. But just for you to know, this is a bachelor degree which we run jointly also with University of Pavia, which is helping us delivering some of the classes. Some of the professors of the university are joining the faculty to cover up some of the subjects. And in order to access this program, it's necessary to complete an entrance examination. In Italy, we have an agency which is organizing the examination to enter bachelor degrees. Right now, this year, we are accepting also the test that this agency was running the previous year. So it's not only it's not only one test which is accepted, but also the tests that were made the previous year. I'm not sure if this will be pursued also for the next intake that you will undertake, because it leads to some confusion to students and to admission offices. So just stay tuned for updates. Right now, applications are not open for, let's say, for this intake. So it's mostly to cover up the informations about who wants to, from extra E student, undertake the application for next intake, and something might be changing. Okay, the Bachelor in Physical Science for Innovative Technologies is a recent course that already raised a lot of interest. We received quite a number of applications, even if it was the first years of the course. But we're looking to receive more. We are looking to have quality students from all over the world. So you are definitely welcome to raise your questions today, and we hope to do our best to follow up with the information that you need. These are some of the courses that are taken for the first year, but I would just skip this slide because Professor Pezzoli have a very much more complete presentation for you to listen to. Those are general dates of our application platform. This is very important. All courses have different application deadline depending on the type of course that they are. Master, bachelor degree, open access, limited access courses, they have different intakes. We have a very good application platform, which is apply.unimib.it. It works very well. All the information are very ready to access, and I think that it made things a lot easier than it was before for international students to join University of Milano Bicocca. Through the platform, you will see all the educational offer of the university. You can raise questions. You can technically file the application. It literally takes less than 15 minutes. And I think that also user experience when you're doing an application is an important matter. And we do our best to make our application procedure good and easy. So that's like the path that is important for you to know in case you decide to apply for the university. So once you've chosen the course and you have prepared the document, you can start registering with the application. You can choose up to 3 programs you're from, and then after completing the application, you will receive the feedback directly from the platform, and you with all the follow-up information to become a student. We also have budding programs and platform for you to interact with other students. You can interact them from picking up groups that are made by nationalities, by study interest, by cultural interest, and it's also a nice way to mingle and start sharing information with who is going to be your classmate maybe in a few months after you completed the application. One important aspect about studying in Italy that is definitely an added value, and that should keep Italy always on your record when you think about studying abroad, is the opportunity of studying in university that are quality university. I'm talking generally right now, but of course, Bicocca ranks really well in most of the national rankings and international rankings. We are in the top 5 bracket of university worldwide by by all the rankings that you can access, QS times higher education. And indeed, we have a course which I would define super accessible. And we don't make any differentiation, it doesn't matter from our side if you're a student from Italy, if you're a student from Brazil, if you're a student from India. The fees of the university are kept low for everyone. This is fortunately because we have a constitution that gives the right of study the wider sense possible, and that makes, of course, also that is also made possible, of course, by the fact that public university are mostly funded by public money that covers for the extra cost that education needs to be high quality. But just to make you an idea, an international student rarely pay more than 1,000 euro per year in order to study in any of the program of the university. If you compare this cost to what are the programs in, well, not even mentioning US or Australia, for example, but even just UK, France right now, even Germany has increased a lot the cost of application fees for international students, except from some lands that are still quite competitive. I think that only Italy and Spain right now have a cost per quality ratio which is so significantly interesting. And moreover, we have a scholarship. We have a full scholarship program for international students, which is called BIS, Bicocca International Scholarship. Our scholarship worth 10,000 euro per year. So that means that you don't only have covered your tuition fee, but you also have covered your study and living costs, and which is quite important, because Milan is not the most let's say cheap city to live in. Then we have other programs, the DSEU scholarship, which are right to study scholarship, ministry scholarship. All this information are on our platform. There are specific videos that you will see that you can easily access to explain you our scholarship project. So make sure to match all the deadlines. Make sure to, when you run the application, to don't be late. Always try to make it for the first intake. This is a general tip that I give to all of you. And then again, we would like to have you with us for the next years. The structure of the entrance test are different from for each course, but right now the course that we were running are mostly referring to this Saint Cisia network. And they can be run at home, so you don't have to come in for giving the test. You can easily access the test at home. This is also very important. And then you have plenty of time for your visa, for organizing your journey here in Italy. I will just give some information about the fact that you have to also know the language of your program. So we require a certificate of English for the students who are taking the programs in physical sciences, or you have to have certified your competencies in Italian in case you follow up and want to undertake a program in Italian. So we have a new YouTube channel. We have all the social media that you can follow us. We share a lot of videos. We have a lot of students that are helping us making these pages creative. So if you want to join us, if you want to subscribe, that's always something that helps us spread the voice about Bicocca and internationally. So I really thank you for your attention and for having you, and I will be available for all the questions after we go to the more important information about the program that you will listen today. maybe I leave the floor to one of the students who want to share their information about the course, their experience, and then we can move to Fabio for the presentation of the program.
Hello everyone, I'm Nicole and I'm a first year student of physical sciences in Bicocca. I thought it would be nice to share why I decided to join this course and why I am satisfied with it. All of my expectations were more than met, so maybe if I chose this course for these reasons, you can relate and it would be a great choice for you too. The main thing that brought me to this course was its accessibility. I was actually enrolled to another university before. I had done 1 year in another university in Milan, and I was doing physics, the normal physics course here in Italy. I had some health issues, so I couldn't go to class for a while, and there was no way for me to get back on track with the lessons because they were not uploaded, they were not recorded or anything, and so I lost the year. I was looking for an online university, but it was not very convincing because of the reputation it has, but also because I think an active relation with the professor, but also with the other student, is a very important aspect of university life. I found this program and I was already satisfied with the 50% rule about the teaching. So it is half online and half in presence. And it was a great mix just for this reason. Then I read about what was proposed with this course and it convinced me even more. What I did not really like about the classical physics course was that it tends to be very theoretical and very abstract in some way. And it doesn't really give a sense of what it actually means to apply physics to reality and to have an overview of what might be your job in the future. So I really like the applied physics idea that this course gives. And one other thing that I did not really expect, but that I really liked, was how passionate the professors are. It is a young course, it's a new course, it started last year, and maybe it brought some very passionate professors, some young professors. And what you can see from their teaching is that they bring their research fields into our lessons. We're just at the first year, so it's still really general, but they still find a way to bring their job into what they teach us. So I think that's really useful. I think this is what I wanted to say.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Syria. I'm from Italy too. And as Nicole, I chose this. I don't know if you can see me well, my connection is not working really, but so I chose this course because I could study all the subjects and classes that I liked, science and like physics or chemistry, and all of the innovative things that I could study for my future, combined to my English. So that's one of my favorite languages, even if I'm not English. But I could combine the two things and do many things in the future. So I wanted to talk about our campus and how the student life is in Bicocca. In Bicocca, there is a large campus. So there are many buildings, but they are very well connected. So you don't get lost, and there are many people that can help you. You can ask all the teachers or even the secretaries. There are many offices around the whole village. Then you have the Bicocca village, where with your friends you can hang out and like eat, for example, and do some shopping. And we are currently doing our classes in U9, which is one of the buildings where we have a lot of laboratories and a lot of classes, and also like classes with computers. So we have all we need. This year is the first year. We're not many. We're like around 20, I think. And because the course is partially online and partially like in presence, many people follow it by home. So sometimes like I don't know all the students in my class, but I know many of them. And we are doing the physics lab right now. So we are divided into groups, and we apply what we studied, like in all the classes we did this semester, in a practical class. And I think one of the advantages of this course is that we are many, we have many cultures together. So it's really important that we learn from each other. We talk about our lives and how we study, how we share like different cultural connections or not. So I think that's very important too. And yes, I think that's it.
All right, so yeah, I think it's my turn. So as was introduced before, my name is Fabio Pezzoli, and I'm the dean of the program. And it's really a pleasure being here and having the possibility of meeting you, and especially talking about the program degree after our students. And you can really understand that they are really passionate. Uh, they really enjoy uh, uh, physical sciences, and this is what drive us and help us to try to make this program even better every year. So if I can now, okay. So before starting with the description of the program, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. Let me see if I can share the screen with you. All right. So unfortunately, I cannot see if you are there and asking questions, but now you can scan this QR code and log in into this event. Or you can go to the website, booklab.com, and type in this enter code in order to contribute to the event. So don't be shy. We won't register anything about you, not your answers. It's just a way in order to interact and make sure that we understand what is your feeling and your idea about this program, and generally speaking about physical sciences. So the goal is to try to understand what you believe is the actual importance of studying physical sciences these days. So we can just wait a little bit until we do have some participants. Okay, I see the number is growing. So I prepared just a couple of questions, so it's something very easy. You're not going to be tested, so it's just to interact, as I said. Okay, maybe we can wait a few seconds, and then we can move on with the questions and with the interactive part. All right then, so if there is something or somebody that want to join, so feel free to join. You can always find the website on top and the code if you want. So what I would like you now is to describe your mood today. If you feel a superhero, or what is your idea about the way you feel today. So, for instance, so I'm in kind of mood like this person here, because I'm kind of overwhelmed by the activities that we have to do. Yeah, that's me as well. So, or if you feel like the Ninja Turtles, or yeah, somebody feels at the top of the building, so that's good. Or somebody is waiting right at the bottom. Okay, that's very interesting. No, I see somebody's falling down. Okay, that's funny. So I hope that right now we are in the situation where we are trying to climb up this building, because we do have to overcome the activation barrier that will bring us at the top of the building, because I would like you to understand what is really behind studying physical sciences, and what's the interest in pursuing a career in this field. So the second question is, where do you come from? So just to have an idea about the distribution of students and candidates worldwide. So you can simply place an arrow or click on the map, and you should know where you are from. Okay, so I see you're mostly located in Europe, so that's also interesting. But certainly there will be also some people from abroad. And now, let us understand, what do you believe means to study physical sciences for innovative technology? So type in a keyword, one or two keywords, if you believe. What is the best word that describes the content of such a program, in your opinion? Yes, new technology solutions. That's very good. Anybody else? Any idea? Applied physics, certainly, this is really important. In fact, what we want to do is to try to implement physics in order to get something which is pretty close to modern technology, and make an impact in real world applications. So applied physics is really important. Solutions to modern problems, this is exactly what I was talking about, and that's really a good choice, I would say. So as Nicole was saying before, the idea is to move out from the old school, if you want, of physics, where you just sit there and get, just a set of equations, and you have to deal with that, perhaps trying to understand what's behind in terms of physics. What we want to do is to really implement a program that enables you and empowers you with the interdisciplinary skills that will help you to solve some challenges that are out there, and we will see and we will talk about them in a short amount of time. Okay, real cases to solve, science and technology. It's perfect. This is indeed what it's all about. The other thing that I would like to know is, what do you expect after you graduate? So what do you believe is going to be your career after the graduation? So what do you believe this bachelor can enable you to do after you graduate, in terms of, okay, laboratory, perfect, or do you want to have professional work? You want to work in research? That's really good point. We will see specifically which kind of research you might be able to conduct after you graduate in this bachelor degree. Any other idea? Data, science, international research, companies. Yeah, this is also another keyword, and we will come back to that later on. Okay. Science, of course. All right. So I think we have a nice bunch of important keywords here. One of them is research, and the other I would say is also companies. Okay, so thank you. And now I would like you to show how you can actually end up really digging further into all these keywords and all the content of it. So if I can have the presentation full screen, oh, excellent, thank you. So physical sciences. So what is really important here is the fact that we want to know and we want to understand how nature works. And this is what physics is all about, right? So if you, like me, like Nicole and Syria, like to understand how nature behaves, and you are enjoying the fact that you want to open up the boxes and try, for instance, to see how these small tiny machines are working, how computer code works, then this is exactly what physical sciences can enable you to do. And we all are sharing the same passion, and I believe, according to the answers that you gave, you are basically in line with us, and we are on the same footage. All right, so why innovative technologies and why physical sciences today is a good career path? So there had been recently a survey from the European Investment Bank that asked companies what is the main problem they are facing. And all of them, throughout various countries, outside and inside Europe, they pointed out to the fact that the main point is the lack of people that are really skilled. So a well-trained workforce is limiting the capability of investing money. And finally, to get a financial return. So this so-called skill shortage is one of the main issues that companies are facing. And nowadays, there is really a lack of people that are covering specific jobs. So if you see in this graph, you see that basically after the COVID, there has been an increase in the vacancies in specific sectors, mainly information and communication, you see up here, as well as professional, scientific, and technical activities. And this lack of job people filling specific job positions is going to increase in the forthcoming future. In fact, there are some predictions that at least within the EU, there will be more jobs produced by companies than people that are somehow graduated by universities and are able to fill these jobs. And the sector that is going to see the largest increase in amount of job created within the next decade is science and technology and professionals. You see the left part here. So overall, we expect that at least in Europe, there will be more than 8 million jobs produced in this field. So you understand it's the right time to be there, but you need to be there with the right skills and with the right capacity and capabilities that companies are looking for. What are these skills and which sector might be the best ones? So here in this graph, I understand it's a little bit complicated, but I will walk you through it. So essentially, the message of this graph is that if you have a look at the areas where, for instance, the EU is lagging behind other countries like US or China, you can immediately understand that the main driving force that will totally change the landscape of the job market in the forthcoming decades is going to be innovative technologies, so advanced technologies. So there is a need of people that have skill in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, IoT, cutting edge quantum technologies, quantum computer, as well as innovative solutions for green energy. So therefore, as I was mentioning before, you really need to think about the importance of addressing these issues, because those are really pressing issues that are out there. So if you think about the need of moving towards a green transition that takes into account innovation and sustainability, the digital transition. So this is everything that you can really apply your knowledge to and contribute to society and to the growth of also economies. So we therefore decided it was the right time to have an international program because we want to be open to everybody that is interested in joining this course to produce a better world, if you want. So the program is going to be innovative because we will use, as for instance, Nicole was saying before, we're going to use new technologies and new tools to have a better piece for your study. And therefore, the program want to be also very inclusive. So the program in physical technologies, physical sciences for innovative technologies, as we mentioned before, it's a bachelor degree, and it belongs to the wide umbrella of physical sciences and technologies. This is nothing but the Italian way of framing things around. And the study format is devoted to lectures which are in person, as well as virtual lectures, in order to give you the possibility of understanding and learning whenever you want. So we want you to have the capability of following the lectures with your peers, but having also a strong interaction with the professors. And as we said, the program is going to be taught in English. One key component of this program, and I want to emphasize this, is that it's a joint program between the University of Milano Bicocca, that is going to be the headquarters, and the University of Pavia. So this has several advantages. We want to implement a program that will lead to an elite of students that will be able to use technologies and make an impact in the real world. This means that we need to have professors that are really at the top of their discipline. And hardly you can find a set of professors in every discipline that are needed to cover a bachelor program within only one university. So we decided to have a network, join our forces, and put together two universities with the same focus and with the same goal. So we are laser focused on that. And that is why you have the possibility of seeing professors coming from Pavia as well as Bicocca. And let me mention that the Ministry of Research has just released the result of the analysis about the research conducted at the universities. And it turns out that the University of Milano Bicocca is #1 within Italian universities, along another couple of universities, Padua and Trento. So you can really understand that people that are, teaching you disciplines are really people doing research at a very high level. The other important thing, though, is that Milan and Pavia is kind of suburb of Milan. It's very close to Milan, so it takes something like half an hour by train. So it's the connection is very convenient. But this means that you will also have the possibility, if you want, to live in Pavia rather than Milan. So you can enjoy, a different life from a different perspective. So you can enjoy a smaller town, more university town like Pavia, or have fun in the big fancy city like Milan. So it's really up to you. Nevertheless, you will have the possibility of taking classes at these two universities, not just one, but two. So admission, Alberto talked about that previously, so I will just glance through it. So we accept, I said we want to have a program of excellence with an elite of students. So we accept 120 students, and 20 of them for this year are expected to come from countries that are outside EU. So the other places are devoted to people within the EU. So you need to have a B1 certificate in English unless you are coming from an English speaking country. I saw somebody from Iran, so you don't need it, or somebody also from the US. You need to take the exam. Alberto covered that nicely. So we are accepting just for a range of tests. I think the most relevant for you is going to be the SENT test. You have to take this exam. You will get the mark, and according to the mark, there will be a ranking. So if you are in the top 120, then you will enter into the program. The test is quite simple. You can take it online. It's a written exam, so it's not verbal. It's a written exam, and what you're gonna have, basically, they are gonna test your knowledge in terms of math and comprehension. So it's fairly easy. You don't have to prepare or study hard biology or something like that. So it's really meant to understand and let us understand what is your initial preparation. All right. Okay, as Alberto mentioned before, we do have some support. Worth noting that we have the Bicocca International Scholarship. And the nice thing that I like about this is that you don't have to apply. So you apply by design when you enroll, try to enroll to the program. So if you are shortlisted, then you might have a chance to get the scholarship. And this is really to provide support to the top 5% of the students. Okay, I was mentioning about the support, and we pay specific attention to students as was shown at the beginning. So the program is meant to be inclusive. So we want to have a direct contact with students. Also, Nicole pointed this out. So besides the fact that you have instructors that are there and can help and support you, so don't be afraid, don't be shy. Ask questions. There's no such a thing like stupid questions. So ask your teachers to provide you with support. Besides that, we do have an array of tutors that are meant to support in various parts of your career. So there are tutors that are devoted to students at the first year. There are tutors devoted to specific disciplines, and those, for instance, help with exercises. And there are tutors that are devoted to the online activities. So they really provide a support and deliver content even via the online resources. So what is the educational path? You have basically two phases. The first one, you're gonna learn something from fundamental point of view. So math, computer science, physics, of course, chemistry. And after that, you can consolidate your knowledge towards some specific application areas. So we devised three main application areas ranging from energy up to data management and physics. So we're going to talk about that in short term. So this educational path is mainly engineered in order to help you to become fluent in solving problems. So you will have the possibility of getting your hands on instruments. You will get the possibility of interacting with other students in lab, in groups, in order to develop soft skills. But basically, you will be provided with all the tools you need in order to understand how instruments work, how digital technologies are useful for actually solving specific problems, and apply your knowledge to be innovative in physics or in technology. So this is achieved as we were mentioning, by a dedicated set of disciplines. In the first year, of course, you're going to learn the basics, math, fundamentals of physics, as well as some courses on computational physics. There is a class on chemistry, and of course, some additional credits you need to have in terms of knowledge of languages, also Italian if you're not. In the second year, you start to deepen the understanding in physics by addressing tough problems like quantum physics or mathematical methods for physics. And you always try to see this from an applicative perspective, so from the applied physics perspective. Besides computational physics as well as lab physics, which is definitely important, you see something already that is very different from the conventional program in physics. So you start to have class in innovation and sustainability, and you can also choose a specific course already from the second year in one of these topics, which are microelectronics, optics, and advanced statistical analysis. The third year is the one where you somehow specialize yourself. So you have three main courses which are needed in order to advance your understanding, for instance, in the structure of matter or in device technologies. And after that, you can decide which is the applicative area you would like to follow. And eventually, you end up having your trainship and the final defense. Regarding the applicative areas, the first one I want to talk about is energy. We all know that energy is increasingly important in our daily lives. We are going to face global change. We're going to face energy crisis because of the way we can get access to energy itself. So it's really important to make sure that you understand how energy works. Therefore, the applicative area devoted to energy has a lab, which is mandatory. And then you can choose two courses among fission and fusion technologies, as well as photovoltaics or energy vectors like fuel cells and batteries. So within this applicative area, you're going to learn how energy is transferred and stored, which is very important. And finally, you will empower yourself with the possibility of providing a contribution, for instance, to companies in order to develop a sustainable future. The other important applicative area is quantum physics. So you all know that when you scale down to very small dimensions, laws of physics are no longer the one that we experience every day, part because at the quantum level behave in a very puzzling way. Nevertheless, we celebrated just last year the first century of the quantum physics. Now we are turning this knowledge into something that can be useful in our daily lives. So the goal of this applicative area is to get through quantum technologies and understand how they can be usefully used in making something that can put forward our daily lives, if you want. So again, you see in the third year you have a mandatory lab, and then in this track you can choose between courses in the area of quantum computing, if you want, with superconducting qubits, or photonic technologies for communication and sensing, as well as nanotechnology. So how you can create these nano objects that have these very peculiar properties, if you want. Okay, within this track, you're going to learn how to apply the concept and the weirdness of quantum physics to implement technological solutions, which have a clear advantage compared to the classical counterparts. The third applicative area is devoted to data management for physics. So essentially, in this area, you're going to understand how to develop softwares as well as hardware that are needed in order to implement and control a large set of data. And this, again, is done by having a mandatory course. And in this case, in this area, you can choose between two courses in machine learning or AI, if you want, as well as in devices that are useful for power electronics or for imaging. Of course, eventually you will have knowledge that can be used in order to control IoT devices, make some analysis of data, particularly a big amount of data through machine learning solutions and so forth. So put forward industry towards the digital revolution. So if you are able to follow this path, in the future, you can find a career, of course, in one of these applicative areas, but mostly, as some of you also said, in research. This is also very important, in R&D lab, so within companies. And I'm very proud to say that one of the other unique features of this course is that we have a strong interaction with companies. So not only you will have teachers coming from academia, but you will have also teachers coming from companies that will provide you a very different perspective that might be useful for your future career. So you will see the content of the lectures delivered directly by those that are really working in the industry right now. And I'm happy to say that we do have already a bunch of companies that are really there and willing to support our program. So, was mentioned before, so the lectures will be 50-50, so 50% in presence and 50% delivered remotely. And you will have a lot of work in the lab, as you might have noticed from the educational path that I just presented. One thing that I want to highlight is the fact that we ask our teachers to record the lectures in such a way that you can follow the lecture also remotely and therefore adapt your learning phase at your will. So you can use the content as you want. So the first semester is typically developed in Pavia and runs from end of September till end of January. The second semester is run in Bicocca, starts the beginning of March and ends around end of June, beginning of July. So you have all these courses throughout the year, and you have a lot of support, for instance, Bicocca app and the websites where you can find all the information you need in order to understand when and where the lectures are delivered. I'm pretty close to conclude, just a couple of words. All the information you want, all the information you wanna find about the course, you can find it in the official webpage of Milano Bicocca. It's fairly easy. Go on Google, Google Physical Sciences for Innovative Technologies Bicocca, and the first link will drive you directly to this webpage where you have all the information, for instance, regarding admissions and regarding the tests and so forth. The second important place where you can find information is what we call e-learning web page. And this is the page that is devoted to the program. So there, you can already go there and try to look what is taught in the various courses. So you will find all the program of the courses. So this is very important if you want to understand the material and the content that is going to be delivered through the lectures. And this is the last thing I want to tell you. So feel free to reach out. You can use directly the content of the secretary of the degree, or you can also write to me directly, Fabio.Pezzoli, and the final part of the email is always at unimed.it. That's it. And with this, I'm happy to take questions if you have any. And again, it was very nice being here with you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all the content already given, so the information from the students and from yourself. Thank you, Professor. You just saw 2 links flying in as well. I just want to mention that. So one was for the application portal. I can put it up later again, because we just put also the link for the e-learning that you provided. for the program, the presentation of the bachelor program. So that we think is useful. You can find all these links, by the way, under apps at the bottom. So if you click on apps and links, you'll find them. And also for the people watching the recording, as I know a lot of people do these days, or if some people had to go, I think already, they can watch it back. So then they can all participate in the polling as well. Do let us know your feedback, and you can find all the information with the links and everything as well. All right, so let's go to the questions for the live audience. We got some questions already. Hans was asking, is it an official degree? Who will take that?
Yeah, I can take that. Yes, it is. It is an official degree, and as I was pointing out, it is jointly delivered by two universities, so two Italian universities, and this is also something very special.
Great. Thank you. And I see the thumbs up, so I guess that answered that. Julia had a question, which minimal score on CENTS is required? She says she knows it can change, but approximately is that 80 or higher?
Maybe I can also answer this.
Okay.
Of course, Alberto, feel free to buy in if you want. So yeah, the specific value depends upon the specific test. So basically for the cent, I remember, let me just check it out. It should be 27, exactly. Should be 27. But be careful, because the center has a specific way to normalize the result after the window, the period in which you can take the exam is closed. So the number that you get might not be exactly the one that eventually is going to be used for the evaluation. So anyway, just to be clear, you can go to the official webpage of the program, in the University of Milano Bicocca webpage. There at the bottom of the page, you can find the link to the admission requirements, and there you will see for each kind of test the exact value. But we can confirm that right now for the CENT-S is 27, whatever it means, because as I said, it depends on the actual normalization of according to the marks that have been obtained by everybody in that specific period of time. So I'm sorry, but that's due to the company that develops the test. I hope that I answered your question. I don't. Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, let us know.
Okay.
So question, and Julia already says thanks. So I see that. Good. Luciano had a question. Can I do the course partially online?
Yes, indeed. Lectures are meant to be delivered half in presence and half online. So you can follow the lectures online, and the in-person lectures are also recorded. So if you want, you can also watch them and learn through them. The only lectures that are really needed to be delivered in person are the one in the lab, because there you really need to put your hands on the instrument, because you need to learn how to work, and you need to learn how to use the instrument and stuff. So in that case, you need to be absolutely there.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Next question from Luciano was, is the exam verbal or written? I think you answered it, but just to make sure.
You mean the admission test? Yeah, this is an online test. It's a written test. There's no oral exam.
Great. And a question from Lazzaro about housing and accommodation. We actually had a poll about that as well, and indeed housing was the top one that people want to hear about. So I don't know if you can say something about that.
I can take this
Yeah.
question about housing and accommodation. It's always a hot topic among international students. Our university, as I was mentioning when I was presenting, has a very large campus in the north part of the city. We have our dormitories and facilities for students. Indeed, housing within the campus, within the accommodation provided by the university is not always available. Right now, we accommodate all the students with that make the request of the right of study scholarship, so the SAU scholarship, and we're experiencing some difficulties since we're in the number of students that can benefit from the scholarship and that get in the tax-free zone is increasing every year. Right now, just to make an example, students with less than 30,000 euro of within the tax income study for free at our university, and so they are also eligible for accessing the housing in case they live far away, they don't live close to Milan. We have a lot of students coming from other parts of Italy to join Milano Bicocca. There is a specific section of the housing which is reserved for international students due to a decision from our Dean of Education. So it's a decision of the very recent, of the last year. But I want to be fully honest, it's just a part of the student that can actually benefit from the housing. Right now, Milan has a cost of living which is significant, I would say. Just to give you an idea, if you're getting in without a scholarship, you have to budget around 10,000, 12,000 euro per year for living in Milan decently. Okay, it means that studying in Milan, it can be challenging for some of you, but that's about the amount of money that an international student has to budget for living in Milan. Of course, if you want to share like a room instead of having your own room in a student house, if you are willing to sacrifice, this is just, let's say, an average for pinpointing you what it could be the cost of living. But housing facilities that are available are very nice. They are in campus. We have a private also housing facilities very close by. Plus Bicocca is not a really central district, so every year there are new solution and new facility that opens up. Like in the last 5 years, there are at least 4 new student houses that opened in just about 15-minute walking from Bicocca. We had Campus X, we have Indomus, we have many private investments in the student housing sector that open brand new campus. Some of them are amazing. Indeed, compared to the student housing of the university, they are costlier. We're talking about 700 euro per month for a room right now in a private in my private student house, and that's pretty much the cost. Also, if you want to share a room in an apartment, I would say 700 euro is the less that you can find. I mean, talking about a decent accommodation. You have a lot of good opportunities for meals in the university. Those are very cheap. You can always make the request to have a free meal at the beginning of the year, and plus we have a lot of cafeterias, and the full course costs less than 4 euro. So that's something that you can save on during the year.
Plus, if I can add, you can also consider living in Pavia, that has a lower cost of living. So I don't know in absolute number, but definitely it's less expensive. Plus, it's a university city, so there's lots of possibilities for students to find an apartment and share rooms share apartments with other students. So this facilitates further the possibility of finding a proper location in the neighborhood of the actual places where the lectures will be delivered.
Great.
Okay. Sorry, if I can just add a comment to Luciano's question. So please don't underestimate the importance of attending the lectures in person, because there you can have a direct contact with teachers. So this is also a very important part of the educational path you have to take. So we really strong that having the possibility of having content that you can get access to it whenever you want and the way you want, thanks to the remote lectures, plus the fact that you can really discuss and talk to teachers directly in presence. I think that this mix is the winning one, and it's very important for, at least as I see, is very important for students.
Great, thank you very much for all those details. So I hope that all answered the questions. I think so, because I don't see any further questions. So if there's any last question, we'll take it. But otherwise, we'll slowly wrap up this session. So I think a lot of information has been given already. So just to also mention, under the link section, you can find the different topics of how to apply scholarships as well, and the e-learning platform. So we've provided that. And I don't see any further questions. So then I think we can slowly round it off. Yeah, I would like to thank everyone for having joined. First of all, of course, the professor and Alberto, but also especially the students. Thank you very much for your time. And maybe last words to wrap it up from either Alberto or the professor.
No, please, Fabio, go ahead.
Okay, so well, it was really nice meeting you for this workshop, and I really hope to see you here. So we love to have motivated students, and I'm pretty sure that we are gonna have fun here together. So thank you everybody, and especially thank you for the students, because they gave you a very, very nice perspective, and I really appreciate the fact that they spend their time in order to present the degree to you.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.